Welcome back, Truth Seeker. November 29th, 2018. Top story this morning is Michael Cohen has pleaded guilty to misleading Congress, and Donald Trump has responded by saying that Michael Cohen is a weak man. Recall it was August 21st, 2018, that Manafort was found guilty on 8 counts, and that same day, Michael Cohen was found guilty on 8 counts. That was August 21st of this year. And we talked about the riddle with 8 and 8. From August 21st to today, November 29th, is 100 days later. And in Gematria, Congress does sum to 100. I realize I have a typo up there, but it is the same letters. When you use the alphabetic order, A is 1, B is 2, C is 3, Congress is 100. So 100 days later, he pleads guilty to misleading Congress. Also, as I've been educating about for 5 years straight, when you learn this code of letters and numbers and you measure from the birthday of the person that the story is focused on until the date of the news is focused on, such as Michael Cohen's birthday being on August 25th, and this news coming on November 29th, there's always a riddle there as well. From his birthday to today is 96 days, and his name, Michael Cohen, with the alphabetic order, sums to 96. Again, this code is important to Freemasonry. Freemasonry has their headquarters for North America in Washington, D.C., the city named after the 33rd degree Scottish Rite Freemason, George Washington. Notice Freemason with the alphabetic order is 96. CNN just changed their headline about this. Cohen says he lied about Trump's knowledge of Moscow project. It's not an accident that the word knowledge is in the headline. The word knowledge has this gematria of 96 and 42, as well as 147. Freemason is the exact same. We're going to talk about 147 in a moment. With regards to the 96 and 42 relationship, the divisors of 42 sum to 96. So there's a mathematical relationship, and using the alphabetic order, math is 42. If you're familiar with the Freemason logo, it's a capital G surrounded by a compass and square, instruments of mathematics. Everything they do is measured, and this is how they do it when it comes to the news. Freemasonry controls this nation's government, its media, and much more. And everything is done this way every single day. And you can prove that, by using these simple techniques that I've been teaching about for 5 years. With regards to Freemasonry and today, November 29th, 18, it's a date with 58 numerology. Remember, Donald Trump, he's the winner of the 58th U.S. presidential election. He announced he was running from the 58-story Trump Tower. He hired the 58-year-old Steve Ray for Inauguration Day. When Hillary Clinton lost, she released a book called What Happened, 58, about why she lost. Freemasonry has the gematria of 58. So does Rosicrucian. Freemasonry born out of the Rosicrucian order, both secret societies, 58. So today's date, the perfect numerology. Today's date also has 78 numerology. The branch of Freemasonry that's headquartered in Washington, D.C. is the Scottish Rite. The head of the Mueller investigation, Robert Mueller, his birthday is August 7th, which can be written 7/8, like 78. We've talked about Robert Mueller and the ancient accepted Scottish Rite of Freemasonry. Robert Mueller equals 187. Washington, D.C. equals 187. George Washington equals 187. Even the word investigation equals 187. Remember, the headquarters of Freemasonry has etched on the outside of the building, ancient accepted Scottish Rite of Freemasonry, 187. Code of letters and numbers. It has a lot to do with the Torah, the first 5 books of the Bible, which are 187 chapters in length. So the numbers aren't arbitrary. Also, with regards to Mueller's birthday, in light of him being the head of the Russia investigation, August 7th can also be written 8/7. like 87. Russia's 87. He's after Justice 87. Who remembers Antonin Scalia dead by the numbers? Antonin 87. They said a pillow was found over his head 87. Missed my work on that then? You can catch up on it now by picking up the book. 800 pages long, $5. Covers most of U.S. history and a whole lot more. How this code's been used from the beginning of the nation up to the present. From Mueller's birthday to today is 114 days. President of the United States has that gematria of 114. Again, every single step of the Mueller investigation is by the numbers. We were talking about this yesterday. If you missed yesterday's podcast, go back and check that out. We do a podcast Monday through Friday. To watch it live and call in, you have to be a $1 a month member on Patreon. The link for Patreon is in the description of my video. Go to patreon.com/Zachary Hubbard. But just to review the August 21st headlines, Manafort and Cohen pleading guilty to 8 counts. Again, Manafort equals 88, Trump 88. August 21st, the day they did this, gematria of 88. The Republican Party, 88. Paul Manafort and Donald Trump are both 138, like federal. The name Michael is also 138. He was 51 years old at the time. Notice Michael and federal, 51 and 138. In case you're new here, the difference in these ciphers is the 51 value is the alphabetic order. A is 1, B is 2, C is 3, up to Z, the 26 letters, 26. Reverse is just making Z 1, counting back to A is 26. Kind of know them both ways to see the full code. This news right here came 68 days after Trump's birthday, the August 21st guilty stories. First of all, 68 days after, the word guilty equals 68. 68 days after Trump's birthday, his men pleading guilty. Donald John Trump's also 68, so is Donald J. Trump. Again, alphabetic order, forwards and backwards. So this was before the October 3rd, 218 presidential alert. You remember that? This date can be written 21/8. Trump and Francis Bacon gematria has the 218 thing. And at the beginning of the week, we covered this in the podcast. One of the headlines was Mueller investigating the Manafort meeting with Julian Assange. And Assange is that magic number right now, 47. From his 47th birthday to this news, November 27th, 2 days ago, was 147 days later. When you write out 47th, it sums to 147. When you write out Freemason, it sums to 147. When you write out conspiracy, it sums to 147. U.S. President, 147. President of the United States, 147. There's 147 windows on the White House, and not by accident. They were also investigating a meeting with Manafort and the president of Ecuador. And this was 8 months and 8 days after his birthday when this news broke. You know, the meeting with Manafort, 88. Again, all across the world, the chessboard is set. They got their puppets in place across the globe. This is the New World Order. This is the Illuminati. This is how they operate. In today's podcast, I'm going to be sharing some new information that I uncovered doing research last night. Had a caller to the radio program inform me about a letter that George Washington wrote back in his time about the Illuminati infiltrating Freemasonry. So we're going to talk about the significance of the date of that letter, and we're going to discuss the possibility that Freemasonry really isn't Freemasonry anymore. It's been co-opted, and now it's just a Illuminati organization. So that'll be in today's podcast. Pacific, that's 4 Eastern, and it's Monday through Friday. $1 a month to participate live, call in, let your voice be heard, ask questions, etc. So We'll leave it here for now, Truth Seeker. You know, people really got to catch on. Again, we're also in the planning stage right now of a mass protest this April for Washington, D.C., to raise awareness about this code, about how our entire federal government operates this way every single day, no different than a sitcom or a theater play. It is a script. We're living it out. These are all distractions. This is all propaganda. Again, the reason for the distraction is because all of us live in a giant prison, police, military state. We are all debt slaves. We are all lied to. We are all being exploited. Almost everyone in this country is laboring and paying a giant amount of their labor to this federal government, which does not do the things that it says it does with our money. It steals it, and we all suffer for it. And that's why we're given constant distractions to keep us not focused on our own reality. And for one more historical lesson about today, it is the 333rd day of the year, November 29th, 333. And the Freemasons, their logo is the capital G with the compass and the square. And for each object in the symbol, there's a motto. For the compass set at 47 degrees, it's circumscribe our desires and keep our passions within due bounds. And notice the gematria values that come up here. Circumscribe our desires and keep our passions within due bounds. 333, the compass is set at 47 degrees. 47, right? 47. In 1947, on this day, Israel was recognized as a nation with 33 member votes by the United Nations. It wasn't the day they declared their independence, but it was the first day in history that they were recognized as an independent nation. 333, the year 47. This motto in tribute to the Freemason compass set at 47 degrees. Notice also the 666. That's the number of the beast, right? Beast equals 47. Luke 4:7 is about making the deal with the devil. In the New International Version of the Bible, there's 47 mentions of Satan. Satan is essentially the beast. Also, some people will tell you that the G in the Freemason logo has to do with Gnosticism, old world spiritual belief related to Christianity, about how the world is ruled over essentially by an entity that is like Satan, and the only way to save yourself from that entity is to believe in Jesus Christ. Of course, Christian also has that gematria 47. And again, Freemasonry signatures are all over the English translations of the Bibles. It's undeniable. In the same way I just presented what is true of Michael Cohen today and what I present every day. The other value I want you to see up here is the 261. If you write out the United States of America, which has the 4/7 birthday, July 4th, the United States of America is also 261. And George Washington laid the cornerstone for Washington, D.C. on the 261st day of the year. Let me just show that to you real quick. George Washington, cornerstone. Well, here, maybe I'll leave off the George Washington part. I got to find the search. Let's just pull it up. So the cornerstone for D.C. was laid September 18th, 1793. That was a date with 137 numerology. Washington, D.C. is 137. Morals and dogma, government, president, White House, they're all 137. It was also a date with 47 numerology. September 18th, 1793. Date with 47. D.C.'s 47. Government, authority, president, White House, Republican, Whig, Democrat, foundation. The Freemason compass set at 47 degrees is a tribute to the 47th problem of Euclid about how to establish foundation for a structure. And look, September 18th. It is the 261st day of the year. So again, you come back to the Masonic motto, circumscribe our desires and keep our passions within due bounds, which is in tribute to a compass set at 47 degrees. Again, the reason I'm just showing you all of this is so you can see how these different ciphers, how they're all interrelated, how they're used throughout history. And again, this is the reason you want to know these 4 base ciphers, because there's a lot of dots you can connect by understanding them. You know, some people say, oh, you're just using these ciphers so you can pick numbers out of a hat and make things fit. No, I'm using these ciphers because these are the actual ciphers that are in use and have been used throughout history to conduct rituals, such as the things I'm showing you right now. And there's a whole lot more to all of these things we're touching on. This is just the tip of the iceberg here. So you want to learn more, be sure to sign up for Patreon, get involved in Gematria School, read the book. You know, this is the knowledge to know. Come here and read the reviews for the book. No one's buying the book this week. We've sold like 30 books since Black Friday at $5. I'm guessing my followers, if you could see how many big screen TVs they've bought, it's probably several hundred. Probably sold several hundred big screen TVs for the big corporations and 30 books since Black Friday. You know, America, addicted to consumerism, but not of the truth. And again, show me where in the world you can get a 800-page book packed with this kind of life-changing knowledge for $5. You can't. So we'll leave it there, Truth Seeker. Be back for the podcast. And if you're on the Patreon, you get a few other things today. Sports picks and whatnot. All right, Truth Seeker. Until next time.